Update. I found out my sister slept with my fiancé and I'm not sorry about what I did after. Original post. 30-year-old woman here. I have a sister who's just a year older than me. We've always had such a good relationship, so fighting about this one hurt. She might as well have just stabbed me in my heart. On top of that, I've been with my fiancé since high school, and we've always been with each other through thick and thin. We were going to get married in a few months. I have no idea why on earth they did this to me. What's even worse was that our mom knew, and out of fear of getting involved, my sister apparently begged her not to say a word. She didn't tell me anything. Thankfully, my dad wasn't having it and he spilled the beans to me. I've never been so angry in my life. Not only did I kick my fiancé out and throw out his stuff, some of it in the trash, but I decided to hurt my sister in another way. Why not do the same for my fiancé? Simple. She's my sister. We've always had a good relationship until she decided to ruin it months before my big day, which I allowed her to be a bridesmaid in. You don't do that to anyone, let alone your sister. Your blood. My sister's big on gardening, so when she lost her dog, she made a garden for him. I knocked on her door. She didn't know that I knew, and of course I played nice. I moved on to what she did with my fiancé, and I slightly damaged her garden. I honestly just crushed a couple of flowers. Am I sorry? No. Her excuse sent me over the edge. It just happened, isn't a reason. Sleeping with my fiancé just happened like that, I guess. I told her I didn't want her speaking to me anymore, and that I also didn't want our mom to speak to me. My fiancé won't say a word since I threatened to call the police if he ever come near me again. Yeah, I made my sister cry and scream at me, but I genuinely feel like I should be the one crying. She knew how important getting married was to me, and now I can't experience that. Pair that with the fact that I had to hear this from my dad, not my bum excuse of a sister or fiancé. Heck, even my own mother didn't say a word to me. It's like she lets my sister run her. F you, Tia. F you, Logan. If they ever see this, I'd be absolutely delighted. Edit. Since many people keep bringing this up, I'm upset that I lost a relationship I've always put 100% into. I was excited to get married, of course, but then this news came out. It really hurt me. I didn't want to believe it at first. I almost thought my dad was pulling my leg. Later, it turned out to be true. I swear, I have trust issues now. Now for the top comments before reading the updates. Cut them off. Your sister has no respect or love for you. In fact, is probably jealous. I would move away and have nothing more to do with them. Family that swirl around in this wheel are really dysfunctional. I would be gone. Family are some of the worst betrayers of people, do the most damage, so I would go no contact with all of them. This is one of those rare instances where it is appropriate to blame the affair partner just as much as well, like your own sister. Damn, I'm so sorry, girl, but you can still get married and do all the things you want. Just not with this horribly fake person that was in your life. Take your time to grieve. This was an assault on all ends of your trust, but consider it time saved for the right people later on. I'm curious on the details. Was it a one-time thing or did they care for each other? And as they say, if he cheats with her, then he'll cheat on her. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's searching for a new mistress now, since OP's sister doesn't sound interesting now and she's created a spot for a new mistress to take over. Your dad's a hero. Imagine living with a guy who had slept with your sister and you finding this out later, which you obviously would have at some point in life. The whole marriage would have been a lie. Your dad's a savior. Value him. I also wouldn't want to be married to my spouse anymore if they were fine with cheating. If this was me, I would be making a public Facebook post, so everyone knows why my wedding got called off. I can't believe your own mother would do this. The woman who brought you into this world, betraying you by helping your sister keep the secret is despicable. Thank God you have your father. I'd be outing my sister, ex, mom, all of them, and then turn off post notification and move on like nothing ever happened. Edit 2. Thanks again for all the suggestions, y'all. It's helping me feel more confident in exposing them. I'm just a bundle of nerves right now because I know crap's gonna hit the fan again. When I do so, I'll try my best to come up with an update. I mean, it's the least y'all deserve. Last edit. When I say I decided to hurt her, it's because I kinda ruined something so meaningful to her. I feel like for most people, besides on here, that would be a bit far. That's just how I feel though. I understand it's not what you guys wanted, lol. Clearly worked a bit though, since she thought I was so damn psychotic for that. Like I said, I don't feel sorry about hurting her that way. Now for the first update. Hey everyone, thanks again for the comments and support. I found out quite a bit. To start off, I did expose her and my ex in my story. I unblocked them both to tag them. Shout out to one of the commenters who wrote down what I should say. I saved it and wrote it, but added some other words of my own. My ex actually blocked me after he saw my story. I sent my Reddit post to my sister after. At the time she didn't see, but I got a call from my ex's mom. She was furious about everything, but she asked me how I was holding up and if I've heard the news. My heart sank a little because I honestly couldn't bear to hear any more bad news. I asked her what she was talking about. She said, "So you haven't?" I said no and asked her to tell me. My sister's pregnant. Apparently he told her in an attempt to make her chill out on my sister. I didn't want to hear any more, so I told her I needed to hang up the phone. Thankfully, she accepted because I literally burst into tears 2 seconds later. After 5 minutes of crying, my sister responded to my story and texted with a Reddit post link. She was texting me in all caps, begging me to take it down. If I wasn't so upset, I would have laughed a little, but I just sat there watching her blow up my phone. I got even angrier when she said, "I'm coming over and I'm telling mom that you're spreading my business online. All right, you big baby." Still never responded though. I felt frozen. 30 minutes later, she's trying to break my door down. So I opened it in a fit of rage and I started screaming all kinds of abuse at her. She kept screaming at me to take it down, and I told her that's gonna stay up for as long as I wanted to. She kept telling me she didn't deserve online hate. And she even tried telling me that she's always been there for me through everything, and that she would have forgiven me if it was the other way around. She also said it's not my fault he was tired of you, and that's when I told her that I hope she ends up like her dog, and that she deserves every bit of hate she's getting for ruining my relationship. I even apologized for not ruining her entire garden and her stupid face at first. I know I'm wrong for saying this, but the entire time she was playing the victim. She called me evil and told me to rot in hell. Kept saying I was punishing her over a mistake. I said, "You have no idea what you've put me through, and I know you would have done the same thing if you were the victim." She kept crying and insulting me because all she's ever done was support me through everything, and I had the nerve to hurt her and allow strangers to bash her on the internet. I told her she deserved it, and I don't want her talking to me ever again. And if she comes near me, I'm calling the police. She kept saying I was being extremely unfair and that she said she was sorry in her texts, but I wasn't having it. I told her to tell mom I'm not talking to her again either. She asked me if I was really going to cut her off like that, and I just wished her good luck with her unwanted child and told her to go home. That was the last time she walked off my porch. Anyway, I had to clean up my favorite vase because she smashed it, but it doesn't even matter. At least they're out of my life. However, it's weird how sad I feel now. It's for my own good, but damn, I'll never experience the bond we had again. On the bright side, seems like I've dodged 2 bullets. Thanks again though, everyone. Maybe I do need therapy. I hope your sister's scummy story gets picked up by those Instagrams and TikToks and YouTubes that read off Reddit posts in a robot voice. I hope she can't escape hearing about it. And when there's a lull, I hope someone else in her life forwards one and says, "Oh my god, is this you?" I hope her messy business is spread all over the place in your friend group/family, because it's the least she deserves. Stay strong, OP. This will pass for you, and you'll be better and stronger because of it. Your sister, on the other hand, good freaking riddance. Reminds me of a quote from the book Bird by Bird. You own everything that happened to you. Tell your stories. If people wanted you to write warmly about them, they should have behaved better. Classic narcissist move to try and shift the blame to you and manipulate you like you're not the victim here. Sorry, but your sister is a selfish witch. Do not take it down. Let the world know who she really is. Punishing her over a mistake? Seriously, like come on. She pretty much uprooted your life and destroyed relationships along the way. She knew what she was doing before she cheated and after. She likely felt guilty about it, but it doesn't change the fact that she did it. She needs to deal with the consequences. If she even wanted to start rebuilding a relationship with you, clearly your sister is more focused on her own image than actually feeling sorry. I doubt she felt guilty. That's why she hasn't shown any remorse or apologized. Just expected OP to rug sweep. Then went so far as to say, "It's not my fault Logan was tired of you." Her sister is a disgusting piece of work. I'll be laughing my butt off if we get another update saying OP's ex is cheating on his sister. Now for the last update. I've officially decided to go low contact with my dad today. Surprisingly, he wasn't that upset about it. However, he's still on team take down the posts, and that's why I made my decision. My mom wants nothing to do with me because if I wasn't going to respect the family, there's no point in trying to get to you. Wow, it's almost like that's what I wanted. My cousin and my ex's sister have been supporting me. Apparently, my sister has had meltdown after meltdown because more people are slowly finding out about the affair, not only in person but on the internet. She actually got into it with my cousin online, and according to my cousin, my sister keeps asking her to tell me to take down the posts because she's sorry and she felt pressured into doing what she did. Last, I even heard about my ex from his sister. She told me that they did speak, and although he's not ready for a child, he doesn't feel comfortable leaving my pregnant sister on her own. He also wants me to stop what I'm doing, but oh well, they're made for each other. Anyway, I've surprisingly been feeling a bit better thanks to my cousin and my new sister, as I like to call my ex's sister now. Haha. I've actually gotten some good sleep. Still considering therapy too. A very tiny part of me feels pretty bad for exposing my sister and ex, but I'll always miss the relationship I've had with them, even despite my last encounter with my sister, but they've hurt me and it's what they deserve. If they're not taking it well, that's their problem. Thanks everyone once again. Leave your posts up. Sister deserves to be called out and her friends need to know she may sleep with her boyfriends. Speaking of her friends, I actually have no idea what they think about this, but I can assume they found out, of course. My sister is not taking this well, so I'm assuming they're pestering her with questions too. Not taking this well? She isn't the victim here. Keep those posts up. This right here. She is not the victim. And with the truth out there, she finds it hard to play the victim. People like this need to be put on blast, because the reality is they probably will never change. It's weird how your mom is scolding you about respecting your family, but was totally fine with your sister sleeping with your fiancé. These people will do anything to keep the peace, even if it means neglecting and enabling nonsense like this. Pretty stupid, honestly. Last story. My girlfriend's little sister has a crush on me and everyone but me thinks it's cute. I'm so tired of this. I want to break up with my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend are in our early 20s and she has a 14-year-old sister who has a crush on me. She's always trying to find a way to help me out, talk to me, tries to be alone with me, wears her better clothes around me, and has been getting into makeup trying to copy her sister's look. I don't think it's cute the way everyone else does. They laugh and humor her and tease her about her crush on me by saying things like, "I saw your sister's boyfriend today," or "Is he your boyfriend?" It's so gross and uncomfortable. The recent times I've tried getting alone time with my girlfriend at her house were interrupted by her sister pounding on her door asking us what we're doing. It just blows my mind how no one thinks that it's weird, and they basically encouraged her. She's gotten a slap on the wrist once for trying to unlock her sister's door while we were in there together. But that's it. They all think it's just a funny little crush that'll go away. My girlfriend especially thinks it's so funny because she knows I would never go for a child. No freaking shit, I wouldn't. It doesn't bother her because she's 14. I worry that one day her sister will start spinning fantasies about things we did. I'm in my 20s for Pete's sake. I can't have a lie ruining my life. I've talked to my girlfriend about her sister's behavior and how serious I am multiple times, but she always blows me off. I really love my girlfriend, and we've been together for 2 years now, but I want to call it quits. I really wanted to marry her someday too. No one is taking me seriously, and the last thing I ever need is a child saying I came onto her or something like that. I don't even visit the way I used to anymore, just to avoid a freaking 14-year-old. That's depressing. My girlfriend doesn't like to come over to my apartment because I have roommates and her house is way nicer. But I won't go over there anymore because of her sister. Just had to vent. Thanks. Now for the comments. Ask your girlfriend if she'd think it was so funny if her sister was 18. I freaking have. And you know what she says? But she isn't. Crazy. It almost like she doesn't see the danger in it because she's a minor and knows that I would never touch a minor. That's not the point. The point is that minor can lie. And I'm not a victim blamer. I'd believe the child too. Why? Because that's what you're supposed to do. You believe the victim. She also keeps saying how nothing bad will happen because she knows her sister. My biggest fear is that her sister will get mad one day, or she's feeling a little extra delusional and then lies. All it takes is one little text message to her friend or one little accusation, and I'm done for. Writing comment after comment makes me feel like a freaking idiot for dancing around this situation for so long. I'm going to talk to my girlfriend seriously one last time, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I really hope that it somehow works out. I don't know what my future will look like if it works, but I know that her sister isn't in it. Not to be mean, but your girlfriend sounds kinda dumb. You gotta be point blank with her and tell her this nonsense needs to stop. And it has the risk of ruining your life if her little sister decides to make up a lie. 14-year-olds are 100% capable of doing this. In the meantime, protect yourself and lay down some solid boundaries. Refuse to go to her house and be around her sister until it stops. If your girlfriend is unwilling to do anything about it, I'd be questioning whether there's a possibility of a more serious and committed relationship in the future. It would make me question if she's capable of taking your concerns and emotions into consideration in the future. This isn't someone I would want to have as a partner. Exactly. Her sister is acting on her feelings of having a crush despite it being her own sister's boyfriend. She's not a toddler or a young kid. 14 is old enough to know that's not okay. I think you're right. All it would take is one lie from that girl to change your life. True story right here. Happened to a friend of mine in high school. I believe him because he genuinely never, that I saw, encouraged or expressed any interest, and actively went out of his way to gently turn her down and not be in a compromising situation. She got mad, said something happened. He's on a list now. Stuff like this breaks my heart, and I don't even know what else could have happened. I don't want it to be me. It doesn't even matter if they confess that they lied either, because the damage would already have been done. If a victim comes forward, I would believe them, just like anyone else should. It really messes everything up when victims aren't actually victims. It takes away from real victims and unnecessarily ruins lives. It's a lose-lose all around. I feel so freaking bad for him.